Hey, so where's the camera? There's the camera. Okay, so it's been a few weeks since I've sprayed, and the spray has had enough time to cure. The nitro is ready. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn on the time lapse and do a little time lapse of some sanding. Usually I do wet sanding, and I'm going to do it all by hand. I don't think this is a smart idea to try to use an electric sander on this. So it's going to take me a while. And the plan is I'm going to probably start at 1,000 grit. If that's taking too long, I might go to 800 grit. I'm not a patient person. And so we'll see how that goes. And work my way through the grits and eventually get this body all ready for buffing. If you hear some noise in the background right now, I have air conditioning in my shop now. So that's nice. But yeah, so that's where we're at, and hopefully you enjoy the time lapse. Okay, camera's over there. So at this point, it's been a couple days, and I have worked my way through the various grits. I actually started all the way back at 600, and I did that because I went pretty thick on the finish on this guy. Not that that's a good thing, but it allowed me to fill in a few spots, and I wanted to make sure that I wasn't gonna sand through, because I have a heavy hand both when it comes to sanding and spraying. So I started at 600, 800, 1,000, 1,200, 1,500, and 2,000, which is what you see at this point. All of that by hand with a little 3-inch disc and a little flat pad, and then some of it just with the 3-inch disc. So that's where we're at. And now I'm actually gonna switch to 3,000 grit. I do this all wet sanding. And 3,000 is the only grit that I feel comfortable allowing myself to use a orbital sander. So we're gonna switch to that, do some time lapse, and then after time lapse, gonna do some touch up, look at a few things, and then probably this body is not too far away from buffing. I still haven't even touched the neck yet, so the neck I'll have to probably go through this process all over again. I'm not sure I want to buff the neck, kind of leave it a satin feel to it. I feel like that's a better feel on the neck, but I don't feel like it's as pretty. I want it to be shiny, and I want to see all the really cool figure in there. And I don't often make guitars with a high gloss neck, so I'm like, and I'm like, who's this really for? This is the competition guitar. So should I just do what I want and not worry too much about the other side of things? I'm not sure. You'll find out eventually. So will I, because I don't know. But anyway, let's cut back to the time lapse and do some more sanding. Boop. So I've made it through all 3 levels of buffing compound, starting with medium fine and then extra fine. You can see, I like looking at the lights on it. You can see that they don't look like light bulbs up on my ceiling. They got the nice ripple as I move this back and forth. That just means that this redwood, even though I've sanded it and buffed it and all kinds of good stuff, it still has ripples because of the grain. You can see that it follows that. And that doesn't bother me. I'm not looking for such a thick layer of finish on it that it becomes perfectly smooth and flat. I mean, obviously I want it shiny and flat without little divots everywhere, but I don't think that's a big deal. So that is the body all buffed up. There's a few spots I want to clean up on it, but I'm having too much fun just moving these lights around on that body. Anyway, I'm probably going to do the neck off camera, and so I'm thinking that the next video will probably be maybe setup. I don't know, we'll see. And that's what I got for you.